This is another one of those movies that I'm kind of shocked that I've never actually sat down to watch. It seems right up my alley, but I think I've seen maybe bits and pieces of it. It may have been shown to me while I was in class, like in elementary school, but of course I was a little turd back then, so I was probably just like goofing off with my friends in the back of the room and not paying attention when I should have been. But today we are gonna be checking out The Prince of Egypt. I know the basic storyline behind it, but I've never actually sat through the movie and watched it. I've heard that it's actually really incredible and a lot of people love this movie. I think it's a musical, question mark. If it is, that's my cup of tea. But I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. But before we get into it, if you guys could go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button, turn on those post notifications by smacking that bell, leave a comment in the comment section down below about what's your favorite animated musical or animated movie of all time. And let's just get right into this. I didn't know this was from DreamWorks. Oh, we're already off to a good start. I knew this movie was being played when I was in elementary school. I went to a private Catholic school, so it makes complete sense. First off, I'm a sucker for a good horn part, especially in like jazz music and stuff like that. Okay, all right movie, already sucking me in. Keep it going. Of my sweat on my brow. Still one of the craziest architectural masterpieces, and just insane to think about how they built it is when they built the pyramids and the Egyptian statues back in the day. Just crazy. I just got goosebumps on that note. Okay, go off. I know this was done in the 90s. You can definitely tell this is a DreamWorks animated film more than a Disney because they have like 3D elements interwoven throughout the entire animation style. Imagine being a mom forced to the point of you having to send your child down the river with the hopes that someone will be able to take care of it. Probably the hardest decision you'd ever have to make. And it's still a chance. You don't know that it's gonna work out. How in the holy Christ did that child survive that? Went through alligators, hippopotamus, boats, oars, like what do you want that baby to do? I can't remember, at this point, they were enforcing the one child per family rule. Is that why they had to give him up? Not quite sure. Also wanted to point out, part of the reason I wanted to do this movie today is because I'd been hearing some news that the stage version of this, and that's why I wasn't sure if it was a musical or not, is being taken to the West End, I believe, and it's already had a few runs and it's supposedly really, really good. So I needed to see the source material before I go see the stage version.
How'd you like your face carved on a wall? How about now?
Hey, that's my line. I was about to say that.
Where's your sense of fun? Oh, it's fun you want.
So these two are basically the Egyptian early version of Step Brothers.
Admit it, you've always looked up to me.
Yes, but it's not much of a view.
I'd prefer it if you wore a little bit more of undergarments there, brother.
Second born, second place. Not for long.
I thought he was about to say second rate. I'm like, damn, that's actually pretty cold there, my friend. That's the definition of turning on a dime if I've ever seen it. You gave him a smile. No, not the nose. Watch out, snout below. You know, some movies we have like a dropping giant boulder, piano falling from the sky, but in this movie we have a literal stone nose about to sniff you out.
You don't think we'll get in trouble for this, do you?
No, not a chance.
No, we just ruined half the village. Why would we get in trouble?
An empire, and your only thought is to...
Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Oh, why'd they just hit me with that?
One weak link can break the chain of a mighty dynasty.
There's being stern and there's being hurtful. Walk that line carefully. Okay, the cinematography for an animated film is kind of off the charts, so let's keep that up, please.
The weak link in the chain. That's what he called me.
It's more about what he implied versus what he actually said.
He practically accused me of bringing down the dynasty.
I wouldn't go that far, but you've got the right energy.
I'm the one who ends up in trouble.
Oh, it's Ramesses!
So upset.
Might as well.
This is what we call steering into the skid.
Someone thought he just needed the opportunity.
Hey, we love a supportive family that listens.
Okay, point.
Boy,
Hey, yo, obviously evil too. Come up here.
desert flower. More like a desert cobra.
That's more my speed.
As you wish.
Hey, don't be mad, don't be mad. He was listening. This is progress.
Moses as royal chief architect.
We love supportive brothers. If I remember the story correctly, they don't end well. But we love supportive brothers in the beginning. Where's your sense of adventure? Chase after her.
Miriam, do you want us flogged?
I knew you cared about our freedom.
Wait, whoa. Is that Jeff Goldblum? I know that voice anywhere. Hang on, I'll be right back. It is Jeff Goldblum. Oh, this movie just got 50 times better.
And you are not a prince of Egypt.
Miriam, what did you say?
You know, of all the things I wouldn't do, calling someone who's lived their whole life believing that they're the Prince of Egypt, I wouldn't tell them that they're not, else you might get, executed.
You are the deliverer.
I said enough! You will regret this night.
Can't blame her, can't blame him. That just sucks.
Be still, love. Don't cry.
Why is this music giving me so many little goosebumps? It's really good, but it's different. I don't know why. I like it. That's tough being the prince because you have to deal with the fact that everybody is scared to be around you because they're worried of what you might do if they take you off. Oh my God, this imagery is frightening, but it's beautiful at the exact same time. That's a great use of hieroglyphics. So I was right. This is such a sad moment in history that they were literally killing children. So mothers felt like they just needed to try to give them a better life by just sending them down the river.
Mother, tell me you didn't do this.
Sometimes, for the greater good, sacrifices must be made.
Not that sacrifice. No, sir.
They were only slaves.
Ooh, that's a big yikes. That's a big freaking yikes for me, coach.
Moses.
I know Egyptians used hieroglyphics to document their history and what was going on, but I don't know if I would have documented that. That seems like incriminating evidence. Can you imagine the shape of all those people's backs after just having to carry mountains, carry stone after stone after stone up to these pyramids? It's an amazing feat, but it's also a tragedy.
A statue of Hathor, god of hurry!
It only takes that one story and that one statement to change your perspective on everything that you thought was fine before, and now you can't even stand to look at it. Oh, shit!
Who did this?
Moses, you just killed him! Okay, there's a way to stop it, but there's a way to not do it violently. He just helped you all. Why are you all scared of him?
I am Egypt, the morning and evening star.
Oh, it's his brother just trying to help out. I know that it's not the right thing to do, but still.
Moses? Please.
Oh, that's so tough, bro. You know it's a good story when you understand everyone's perspective and where everyone's coming from, regardless of imperfections in their mindset. His brother gave him that. He can't get rid of that. Oh, can you imagine the sand burn on that? You just being drugged by a camel that far out? Oh.
Aren't these your camels?
Now that's a passive way of dealing with things.
You.
That's about right.
Rescue Zipporah from Egypt, then you defend my younger daughters from brigands. You think that is nothing?
Sounds like a pretty honorable trait to me.
Through heaven's eyes,
Come on.
when all you've got is nothing, there's a lot to go around.
That's a perfect way of breaking down things to just becoming one with the people.
Dance with me.
You must learn to
You never say no to a lady like that, okay? You better get your groove tail on. Well, that escalated quickly. So far, this story's doing a good job of like telling the entire life story of Moses in just one giant narrative by combining certain things and speeding certain things along. That's an important lesson right there, kids. Just because you have everything monetary-wise that you think you might want doesn't mean that you have everything that you need inside. I don't know, if it was me and if I had a wooden staff and I found an eternal flaming bush, I probably wouldn't stick my staff dead into the fire right away.
I am the god of your ancestors.
That's a cool imagery moment there. The literal sound waves coming from that bush creates a ripple in almost time.
The mute, the seeing, or the blind? Did not I?
He said
Now
you
go!
did! This movie really does show the perfect counterbalance to everything. Each side has their own point of view, and certain events have skewed it up until that point, but you can understand both sides, regardless of which one you side on. Imagine being in his shoes and having to explain what just happened to him to anyone, including his wife, and being like, now, you're just gonna have to trust me. There was a burning bush, and the might of God just spoke to me through the bush. They literally been playing tic-tac-toe on their backs. The imagery in this movie is hauntingly beautiful.
Ramesses.
Their dad died. That's tough.
Moses! Ramesses!
True brotherly bonds never die.
Excuse me, Your Majesty. We are compelled to remind you that this man...
Excuse me, Your Majesty. We have some conspiracing to do against Moses, so if you can just not stop hugging him.
I pardon forever all crimes of which he stands accused.
We love to see it.
You know I am a Hebrew, and the God of the Hebrews came to me. He commands that you let his people go.
The fortitude, the willpower, the standing up to your brother who loves and supports you.
Impressive.
It's like, huh, turned into our very own snake charmer.
Give this snake charmer our answer.
Stop stealing my lines.
Hemsut.
Oh, I'm ready for a villain song. Give it to me, come on!
Don't wave your dig, or you're playing with the...
I don't know what it is about Egyptian culture, but just inherently, you can turn it into like horror, dark, evil just within split seconds, but also turn it into like really ritualistic and custom as well.
They love it.
Hey, I thought it was pretty good too, I'm not gonna lie. They're bad, we don't like them, but it's a pretty good show.
I have to maintain the ancient traditions.
So many traditions were meant to be broken.
His hands bore the blood of thousands of children.
Slaves.
You're calling your own brother a slave at that point. Oh, he kept it all this time just to give it to him in this moment right here? Oh, that is so brutal.
Listen. I will not be the weak link.
I understand the conflicts for both of them. Oh, it's just so bad.
Their workload has been doubled.
Well, we now have turntables.
I didn't mean to cause you more pain. I'm just trying to do as God told me.
Complex, complicated villains. That's what makes great storytelling. When even he's trying to do the right thing, it ends up causing more hurt for the people he's trying to help, and then the people try to then start to hate him and he's still trying to help. Ah!
God will not abandon you, so don't you abandon us.
One thing that this story keeps telling us, though, that's really interesting is that no matter what, family still loves you at the end of the day. They may do harmful things to you and they may put you in tough situations, but they always do care about you.
Miriam, where are you going? Miriam?
It's like, wait a second, I'd really rather not triple the workforce that we've been having to do these past few weeks.
Moses!
No!
It's like, you better watch out. Once we wade through this water, we got you.
Father, it's...
Blood!
Oh, that's gross. Imagine just falling into a bathtub full of blood. carry made its way to Egypt.
Explain this to me.
Rest assured, Your Majesty.
It's all an illusion. We can do it too.
Didn't you see what happened? The priests did the same thing.
Moses, did you not see that life found a way?
Life, finds a way.
This is what I'm talking about. This is how you combine the different plagues of Egypt into this quick little montage instead of stretching it out. You have to be able to tell the whole story in this hour-and-a-half period. Oh, that's such a good shot. Oh, I love that. The red and the blues of each of the brothers. Oh, I love that last note. Yes. Yes, let's go, baby.
Let me guess. You want me to let your people go?
Yes, actually, that would probably make the rest of this movie go a little bit smoother if you'd be okay with that.
Father was furious. You were always getting me into trouble. You were always there to get me out of trouble again.
That too.
Isn't that the man who did all this?
Yes, but one must wonder why.
You know why. You're just being stubborn at this point in the old ways.
Something else is coming. Something much worse than anything before.
This is the perfect antithesis of each other. History always ends up repeating itself, but it's not going to work out the way that you think it will.
I shall pass through the land of Egypt and smite all the firstborn.
This is literally the perfect irony, is that Moses was born out of the tragedy of all the children being killed from the Hebrew side by the Pharaoh of Egypt, and now as he's trying to lead his people away from Egypt, God is going to smite down the firstborn child of every family in Egypt that does not have lamb's blood sprawn across the door. It's full circle. It's such a good imagery too. It's like the Holy Spirit just casting out into everything, and sucks the soul out. That's so sad. I also love that during this moment, the only thing that you hear is the wind and the movement of the Spirit going through. That's how you know you have a good-hearted person and someone that cares, is even when they get the answer they finally want, the way they had to get it still breaks them. Oh, here we go again. Starting to get the goosebumps coming through with the music. Oh, I can't wait to see this. This is gonna be such a beautiful image. I know it is. You're gonna literally part the sea. And when you think that his brother would have finally learned and said, you know what? Yeah, I lost my son. I probably should stop pushing my luck. He says, you know what? Double down on it. Get them back. Is that a flaming tornado? At that point, I'd probably say to myself, you know what? I pushed my luck. Let him go.
My wonders.
Oh, that's such a cool effect. That holds up for sure. Oh my God. I just got goosebumps looking at that. That is so beautiful. Oh, that's such good imagery. Oh, that's such good imagery. I know he has nothing to lose, but the only thing he has left to lose is his life. How did he survive that? He literally just got pile-drived backwards. Finally accepts exactly who he is and where he's from. All right, so that was The Prince of Egypt. I absolutely loved that movie. That was really, really good, really strong stuff. It was definitely a movie built around the idea of being able to understand both sides of the coin, understand each other's perspective, regardless of how you feel. It's kind of like at the same vein of like when you write a really good complex villain like Killmonger from Black Panther. That's someone that you can sympathize with and you can understand where they're coming from, even though you don't agree with to the extent of their ideals. It's kind of the same thing going on here. The more incredible thing though is that this is all based on a true story. Some of it's dramatized, of course, but just the general idea is the same, that Moses had to be sent down the river when he was a baby, and he had to make his way back to finally accepting who he is and lead his people out of Egypt. It's really, really cool, really good stuff. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. But if you like what you saw here today and you want to see more, if you could go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that like button, I would truly, truly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel so, so much. Also, leave a comment in the comment section down below about what was your favorite part from The Prince of Egypt or other movies you would like to see me react to in the future. Don't forget to turn on post notifications by smacking that bell. Follow me at the 2 social medias, Twitter, Instagram, both fun times. And besides all of that,